Page 6, this is a theme from Stars and Stripes Forever. On the previous pages, they had some reviews, a couple pages of review information. It is really important, in my opinion, that you know and understand all that stuff. So if you really don't quite get it, I would encourage you to go back through and review book 1 again, go through all the lessons again, play through everything again, just review it. Because we're just going to keep adding stuff, and it's important that you know that stuff. I'll be talking about it as we go through the book anyway, but still, you should already know that stuff. This is a piece where we're reviewing some of that stuff. Here, a lot of stuff going on here. First off, the title, Theme from Stars and Stripes Forever. Stars and Stripes Forever is the name of the piece, a very famous piece here in the United States. A theme is a melody. So this is a melody from it. It's not the whole piece, it's just a melody from it. So you get a lot of themes from whatever. It could be a theme from a symphony, or a theme from a sonata, or a theme from something. It's just a melody from that something. Also here we're reviewing the chords for C major, the primary chords. Remember the numbers? There's 3 different ways we can identify these chords. You can do it by the chord name. We got a C chord. I'm going to come up here. You can play it anywhere, but I'm here. C chord, which in the key of C is also known as a 1 chord because it's built on step 1 of the scale for key of the built on step 1. Or it's known as a tonic chord because remember, every step in a scale, every step in a key has a name. And the first one is called tonic. So it's the tonic chord in the key of C, the 1 chord in the key of C, or a C chord in any key. It's just a C chord. And then the other one is the 5/7 chord. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a G chord with the 7th added, or a G7 chord. It's a G7 chord in any key. Or it is a 5/7 chord in the key of C because it starts on the 5th step. It is a 5 chord with the 7th added, 5/7. Or it is a dominant 7. The dominant is the 5th step of the scale. So the dominant chord is G in the key of C. Ooh, and then we add the 7th, so it is a dominant 7th. Or a 5/7. Or a G7. All keys got their own set of primary chords. Now let's take a look at this stripes thing. Treble and bass clef. We're in the key of C. No sharps or flats, but there are accidentals we got to deal with. And it's a 4/4 time, so there's 4 counts in a measure, and a quarter note is what we're counting. I want to kind of take it one hand at a time because both hands are doing stuff. So I want to make sure each hand knows what it's doing first before we put them together. So starting with the right hand at the beginning, your 5th finger's on G here. That puts your hand in this position. That's quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. Right now I'm connecting everything except, of course, for the rest. And at the end of the line, and that curved line, that's not a tie. Play both of those G's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now we have a D sharp in measure 6. So I'm going to use the 2nd finger's on D. I'm just going to use it on the D sharp. You don't need those finger numbers. And that's basically what we've got, a lot of D sharps in here. Let's go down to the 3rd line on measure 12. Here, measure 11, you're with the F, and then here. And they want you to change the 3rd finger here. Here, you just lift up. They're repeated notes. We got multiple D's going on. And remember, a lot of times, as fingering pieces, when you need to change hand positions, you do it on repeated notes. So that's all we're doing here. We want to be here. So I'm doing it on the D. We just hit the 3rd finger. That way I can get the C sharp here. Here. If I stay here, I got to come up and C sharp here. I'm trying to keep the hand out here as much as possible. And so by moving the hand like that, I can stay out here. And then a measure 16, you have a 2-beat rest. That gives you time to come back up. Okay, left hand, what's it into? Well, you're starting out with thumb on G. And this the same as what the right hand's doing, okay? Measure 5, you got the C chord, the 1 chord. Try and get these notes down at the same time. I don't, but maybe you can. And then the quarter notes. Well, F sharp, you just use the second finger that's on the F sharp. Then third line down, it's measure 11. Here, you don't need that 4. That left hand's not moving. You don't need those finger numbers. You're just here. And then measure 13, it's an F and a G. And then next line, you get the G7 chord, 5/7 chord. Then put the hands together. Well, at the beginning, it's quarter notes. And I'm still connecting everything. Measure 5 here. Left hand's tied. Hold it down. Now, to here. There, measure 8. When I play the half note, the right hand comes up. So it measures 7 or here. Here. And then when I play the D sharp, the left hand comes up. Third line down is here. It's measure 11. And when I play the next half note in the right hand, the left hand comes up. So that by itself. The next line down, when I play the whole note, the left hand comes up. So make sure you're lifting up in the hands on these rests. It's important. Remember the accidental. The rule for accidentals is it applies from that point on to the rest of the measure, but only that measure. So in measure 17, that F sharp, that's only that measure. So in measure 18, those Fs are natural. You work out the hands together, and then go back through the treble spots, get rid of the hesitations. Keep it slow, it's fine, but no hesitations. And then we can think about the articulation. Because so far I've been connecting everything except lifting up for the rests. So here, according to that, they want you at the beginning, you have accents and separate it. It's a matter of interpreting. We gotta learn to interpret the music. These are not phrases at the beginning, these are slurs. And in a slur, you don't always lift up before and after a slur. All a slur is telling you is to connect the note within the slur. Because if they didn't tell us anything, I can do anything I want there. They're telling us to connect these quarter notes at the beginning. I would not separate, I don't know. I don't know that I would separate them like that. To me, that's choppy. I might connect them all. Flows much better. It's interpreting the music. There's different ways of interpreting the music. There's no one right answer, it's whichever. So this is the top of page 7, measure 5. So I connect all this together. Now this is a phrase. This is a musical sentence. So afterward I want to lift up. Well, they built that in. They gave you a rest. You have to lift up. So we're going to lift up. It's like except we have a rest. And the left hand, connect it as best you can. So again, measure 5, connect. Here, measure 8, lift up before you play the right hand. Here. Just a speck of silence between them. Don't connect them. No, lift up just a little bit. Lift up, both hands together. It's like taking a breath. Well, it's a repeated note, you gotta lift up anyway. But this is just a little bit bigger lift. Again, I measure 16. Lift up just a little bit so there's silence before I do the right hand. And connect all this. Measure 17, 18, 19, connect that. Staccato, and then an accent staccato. So we have phrasing, and this is kind of confusing in music because that curved line can be used for a slur or a phrase. And a slur, you're connecting the notes within the slur, but you don't always lift up before and after a slur. It depends on the music and your interpretation of it. With a phrase, you lift up before and after a phrase, but you don't always connect the note inside a phrase. Because a phrase is just a musical sentence, and you can have staccato inside a musical sentence. So you have to take it on a case-by-case basis. What does the music need? What is the interpretation needed here? So at the beginning, those are slurs. But then when we get to page 17, those things on the right hand, at least, are phrases. Those are musical sentences. Now on the left hand, those are slurs. So you can try and connect before and after those if you want. Of course, you get rests. So it takes it on a case-by-case basis. Then, once you kind of have an idea of the articulation, then we can think about the dynamics. Loud, and then, again, it applies to the melody. Everything else is in the background. These first few measures are introduction. Here, you can play them probably both hands the same if you want. If you want, that's okay. It's just, there's no real melody here. It makes the accent note a very loud note. But then at the end of the line, now you see the double bars, we're going into the piece. We're a new section because we had introduction. Now we go into the main, or section A. So that MF, the mezzo forte, then belongs to the melody. The right hand, or the left hand's got to get soft. This is soft. That's moderately loud. So I'm a little heavier in the right hand and I'm light in the left hand. So forth. And you're staying pretty much moderately loud. This is basically a loud piece. The accents will take it up a notch to loud, from sort of loud to loud. Okay. At the end, the last two notes, they're marked forte. This is both hands now because there's no melody here. It would be loud, but they've added an accent. That makes them very loud. So it's just a lot of boom. You're on the key and you're just bouncing off. As far as the speed goes, it's a march. Left, right, left. It's not a slow march. It's a brisk means, no. I don't know what brisk means. It means a little on the fast side, but not fast. Huh? It's not a slow march, I guess is what it's. And we generally feel this in two. It's not left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. It's generally left, right, left, right. So it's if you take it, feel it in two, it's a slow two. Left, right, left, right. If you feel it in four, it's a fast four. Left, right, left, right, left. Something like that. There's not an exact speed it's got to go to. It's somewhere in there. I missed the crescendo there in the last line on page 7. It's measure 18. You're moderately loud. You're going to go down to loud. And then the last two notes are very loud because of the accents. Okay. It's better if you get into it and get to feeling it and you feel the dynamics and you feel these staccatos and accents. Because in measure 17, you have an accent. Give it a little extra. Let's play this together very slowly and double check the notes and the rhythms. Make sure you have all the right notes and rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. I'll do the accents, but that's it. I'll do the staccatos and stuff. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3. Rest, rest, 2, 3, 4. At the bottom of page 6, they give a duet part, so I want to play that, and you play what you just played. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, and again, I need you to go up an octave. If you've been going through the first book, you're accustomed to this. You just pretend that middle C on the piano, instead of here, is up here. This is middle C. So instead of here, you're up here. Play it all up here. I'll give us 4 counts. Now you have to be able to do this without any hesitations. And I want to adjust this bottom part just a little bit to make sure that we stay together. I need to be playing quarter notes. I need to be playing each beat so you can hear it. 1, 2, ready, go.